Okay, my name is Willie Lewis, and I am the owner of Lazy Barrel BBQ. Well, I got started just by cooking for friends and family, and shortly after I was starting to get contracted to cook for weddings and parties and things of that nature. Oh man, I don't know. It's just been mostly family for the most part. So all you guys barbecues, birthdays, or any kind of family get together we had, I was always cooking for that. And it's just kind of word of mouth got it around the way I started getting contracted. Now the first paid gig I think I ever had was a birthday party that I catered to for about 30 people. So that was ribs, brisket, sausage, and like 3 sides, baked beans, mac and cheese, and potato salad. And they loved it so much, I was actually contracted with some of their family members to do their party as well, not shortly after that. Well, I mean, besides it being delicious, they say it's very well seasoned, and it's Texas barbecue, but it has its own spin to it. So it's not just traditional Texas barbecue. I mean, well, I'm from Alabama, so we season our food. Not saying Texans don't season theirs, because like I said, we're from Birmingham. They are big on the salt and pepper flavor with the meat, whereas I season mine more than just salt and black pepper. Each one of my meats has a different flavor profile, and you can definitely taste the southern in each one. Honestly, one of my first memories of cooking was when we had a lot of people over, and I actually grilled steaks and I burned every one of them. So I didn't even learn how to barbecue until about 2014. So it's been a very short time that I've been cooking. It's just, with a lot of tutorials online, you mix that with your own type of flavor that you like to bring to what you cook, and it can really take off pretty quick. Oh, my ribs. They love my ribs. So I do the competition wrap with my ribs, not just for competition. I do it for regular customers as well. And when I say competition wrap, that is, you cook it, whether it's grilled, whether it's smoked, and then you wrap it for about 30 minutes and let it get some more smoke. But you wrap it with brown sugar, honey, butter, a little bit of seasoning, and sometimes some vinegar for a little counterbalance of the sweet. And it creates a glaze while it's in that wrap, and it just gives the ribs an extra layer of flavor besides the spices that you originally seasoned it with. So for me, Blazing Barrel is my first real endeavor my second, because I used to do home improvement projects on the side. So this is my second endeavor, but my first real big investment into myself. So Blazing Barrel is a representation of how far I can go for me. Outside of being employed for someone else, this is all me and something I'm doing for my family. Well, the catering process it's not tricky. It's pretty straightforward. But I know with me, I deal more with just regular families that want to have get-togethers or for a wedding or something like that. So I'm mindful of that, and so I set my price point to something that would be doable for them. Everybody's not like a major corporation that can spend thousands of dollars. So I really make it to where regular families can have food catered and it won't break the bank. I'm a people person anyway, so I've never met a stranger, and from what I know, most people are that way as well. Everybody likes to interact. Everybody likes to share their story, and what better way to do it than food? Food brings people together and has brought families together for years. So if I have good food and they're coming to get it from me, then quite naturally you can start a good conversation. I really gained a lot of friends throughout this whole process of being in the catering business. In my childhood, it always represented family get-together. So I already know when someone was ready to fire the grill up, that means a lot of family was coming over because we just didn't barbecue just to have dinner on a Thursday. So we barbecued this on the weekend, and my cousins or someone like that, they were all coming over. So I was gonna get to see family, and I was gonna get to hang out with friends, and it was gonna be a great time. Since I've been grown and since I've been cooking on a pretty full-time basis, barbecue has represented, just represented home for me. Just being able to bring people together over a good spread of food. It's very important. I think that we have gotten away from the traditional family sit down. I mean, I know we still do our cookouts, but it's not as frequent as we used to. So I know when I'm catering that it's going to be a lot of people. That means it's going to be a lot of people that's interacting with each other that probably haven't seen each other in a while. And so, that's great.
All right, can you show me who's on the first picture right there?
Absolutely.
Who is this, and can you tell me about him? Can you show it to the camera?
Yeah. This is my brother-in-law. This is Prentice Bennett, aka Uncle Moo, and he passed away in 2013, right around Christmas time. I've been knowing Moo since I was about 13 years old, and he was very impactful for me because he taught me how to be me, with no excuse, authentically be yourself. He was always himself, no matter what room he was in. He didn't try to posture for nobody, and he was in the room with millionaires at times. So, he's very important to me, helped me very much to become, who I needed to be as being the head of a family. Well, he taught me you can have fun, whatever. So while he always was the one to grill when we first started having family functions here in Texas, he never took it so serious as to be like, this is the best barbecue he ever had. It always spoke to his character. He wasn't trying to outshine, outdo nobody. He just always did him, and it was always great when he did it. But one thing he did do was spray beer all over the ribs, and I never understood why he did that. But yeah. And you want to talk about somebody that was himself, unapologetically, I would say he was number one.
Nice. Okay. All right, who is in this next picture that you have?
All right, so this next picture, this actually was a photo that my sister-in-law had done of my dad a couple of years ago, and she gave it to me for Christmas. So this is my father. This is Willie Lewis III. I'm the fourth. And you talk about a great man. This is a great man right here. Well, my dad was a provider above all. And so no matter what walk he was in life, he always made sure that, me, my mom, my siblings, that we're always going to be taken care of. No matter if he was in between jobs, no matter if he got a bonus that year or not, no matter if he got an income tax check or not, we were all going to be okay. And it was very that really helped to shape my image of being a father. It's not going to always be perfect, but you can always be dependable. So that gives credence to my motto of just being consistent. He was one of the most consistent people I ever known. May not have done the most. He never was gonna do the least, but he was always gonna do. You can always count on him. And so that was very important for me growing up. Having him now, having his guidance. Having his just way of doing things to help frame it. He picked me up when I hope I'm going off script too much, but he picked me up one Saturday. I was 13, and he said, "All right, you coming with me?" And he took me, and we cleaned carpet all day one Saturday. And at the end, he gave me $25. And he said, "Each time you come with me, you know, you're gonna make money. You know, how much work you put in gonna determine how much you do." And wasn't one thing more impactful than that, because I mean, although I know I worked a good majority of my life, I've always elevated myself, and I know that the work that I put in is always gonna pay off for me in the end. So God has always, you know, I've always been blessed to move in the right directions to keep me and my family on the upward trajectory. So very thankful for the lessons, very thankful for him. Three tips I would say. One is, you know, you can't cheat your process. So for me, I prep, so I season the night before so that the flavors are more there. And, you know, just things of that nature. You can't cheat the process. And two, you know, what you put in is what you're gonna get out. And three, sometimes it takes money to make money. So I've done tastings for church groups. I've done tastings for different people just to be able to get an opportunity to get their business. And if your product is as good as you say, and you let them try it, and folks like to try it for free, then you will see a lot of business opportunities come back your way. So those are the three most important things. Of course, there's a lot of other sub lessons, but you know, you stick to those, and you'll find yourself at least taking off in the business. So, my name is Willie Lewis. Me and my wife, we own Blaze and Barrel Barbecue here in Spring, Texas. Currently, we are only doing catering orders, but we have cards. Also, you can reach me. My number is 205-531-6323. Like I said, we do catering orders, weddings, birthday parties, things of that nature, any kind of event. And if you want us to be on site, we can. Or if you want us to just pull up and we can, you know, serve at your function, we can do that as well.